Yeah, mic's working. We are live joining weekly Crazyhouse Arena today. A little bit late, 15 minutes in, but plenty of time to play a couple of games. And first game, Emmett's. Let's go e5. And okay, bishop b5. If knight takes, then I'm intending to play this. Now I can try to break open f2 and take on e5. And if he tries to take, I get this pawn with check, so already I have a couple of pawns and a rook for the pieces I sacrificed. And I get to play pawn at h3 maybe. Just good stuff in general. Okay, let's go here. This is a sort of, you have to block or you have to go here. Either way, it's not what you want. This is losing very quickly. Queen f2 already checkmate. This queen is covering. So you had to block with a piece in hand, but still then. Quick attack there, quick win. Alright, next one. Thomas Turek. New name to me. It's over 2200. So you must be doing something right. Let's go bishop d3. Let's go here. Bishop g5. If bishop e7, I take. If he moves the queen, his bishop is sort of slightly misplaced. Okay, so he goes e6. I think it's time to sack. And go for e6 myself if he takes. If you take here, I have pawn at c7 winning the queen, since the queen has nowhere to go. Okay, e6. Okay, he goes like this. I could play queen e2 as an in-between move. But I think I'm just gonna take d7 at some stage. Then maybe knight takes g5 and knight g8 ideas. Queen e2 is also useful maybe. Okay, I like queen e2. Get rid of this cluster of pawns. Yeah, and I was hoping he went for this. Sort of, because I think knight f5 is really good. But let's check. Knight f5, king f6. Okay, not seeing it. So I just go pawn and cover the d6 square and go for knight g8. Yes, the take obviously. Yeah, I could have promoted to knight as well and then check and then. But now rook f7 is just huge as well, and this is no problem. Knight takes g2, just step aside. Bishop check always also step aside. The bishop is covering f8, so maybe Maybe it holds for a while, but I should be completely fine. At least for my own king, and his king is still in grave danger. Multiple threats that lead to checkmate, so not so easy to find a way out. Okay, knight f5. Now f4. Knight e7, maybe. Rook f1. G3, okay. Too many choices. Yeah, this is enough. Okay. Took me a bit too long there, but in the end, too many options for a checkmate. That's nice. He played a sort of chess-like French almost. And normally then the f6 break is a good one. But now I tried. Maybe it was still okay for him, but I broke open the position, and then it's really hard to defend. Hey, Sleipnir, thanks. Good to see you. Okay, castle. Rook e1. He should have played d5 already. Okay, he's going for this. Now the bishop is trapped. Could take it, could also just leave it for a while. Okay, queen e2 first, cover the pawn. Pawn g3, I'm gonna play bishop here. Yeah, figured he was gonna do that. But now I get to sack my rook for the bishop, or I get sort of a safe position here. Knight c4 is possible, but then his pieces are gone. I missed that he had knight takes e4. He should have tried knight takes e4, I feel. Hey, thanks, Fatih Carlson. Maybe take first is better, because now castles is an option. Okay, now a take definitely. Let's go here first. Make him use the knight. Now take and block. Okay, I just want to get rid of this his attacking potential. So just sacking the queen here. Knight d5. I can play bishop d6 again. And I have plans of fortifying this pawn, pawn h6, and take on g7. Maybe trade a knight somehow. So I have knight e6 ideas. And he has a couple of heavy pieces, but there's nothing to use them. There's nowhere he can use them. He needs a couple of pawns, pawn e4, attack, knight e2, something like that. Covering and pinning. It's an option. But probably I'll play bishop b3. And then pawn h6, attacking g7. And then this pawn is covered, so then pawn h6 is actually a checkmate threat. Maybe I should play pawn h6 immediately, whatever he does. Because take, sack, pawn h6 and g5, and if the king takes this pawn, I'm gonna go for it. Looks really good. If the king takes this pawn, I have the bishop to put on e6. And I have enough pawns to mate here. I need 2. And I got 2. Hey, variants only, thanks for the bits. Okay. That was nice. Attack on that's a funny thing in Crazyhouse. Sometimes the lighter pieces are way more important than a rook, or sometimes even a queen. You need some pawns around the king or pieces around the king to support your heavy pieces. And in this case, he only had a rook and a queen. I can take. I can also play something else, but okay, I'm gonna cover these squares. Preserving this bishop, I might want to play to a6 at some stage. Or just if it goes something like this, I want to recapture. Okay, now I'm just winning a couple of pieces. And now I sacked the piece in the beginning to gain control over the central squares, and basically I won now the piece back, so I should be much better. Okay, let's take knight h4. Let's go knight f4. Funny move. The knights are covering each other basically. If the queen takes one, you get the check and you can take the knight back. Ah, knight d4, yeah, good suggestion. That should have been played maybe. Oh, knight g5 is not good, but okay, he misses the opportunity. Bit messy play by me, not very clean these last few moves. But I already feel that I'm much better, so it shouldn't matter. But of course, it's in Crazyhouse the skills can tip very quickly, so should not be too careless. Okay, knight takes e2, takes rook. The queen alone does nothing. First check, check again, and check again. Queen d5, and knight c4. Okay. He should have traded queens maybe, but was only postponing the inevitable. Okay, so first page. The fact that our lane joint is already almost no effect. Let's go e6. Not a bad fight for 1600, no. You're right. He played really nice. Um, let's put the bishop here. I want to develop this bishop, but I don't want to give him knight h5. So now this bishop can move. And I can go after c2 as well. That's a free piece. And c2 is still hanging. This is, I guess he missed that. And now it's so already looking very good for me. Knight d3. Let's take. Check here. Bishop b4 next. Use the e2 square. Yeah, he probably should have tried some coverage of the g2 idea. But then again, it was already looking very bleak indeed. I can take and take. Okay, now 92. He can take the queen. Let's see if I'm not made it somehow. It looks nuts. Knight at d6, take, knight at c7, king f8. I'm safe on g8, that's basically the point. Even if he took here with check in between, it didn't really matter. Only created more checkmating patterns for me. And now his only move probably, or one of moving the pawns is an idea, or covering the rook is an idea, but both look not ideal. That's a pawn, so doesn't matter. And now, okay, he takes. I take and queen d1, knight d2, and queen takes. No blocker left, so it's checkmates. All right. So Tornon is on fire. Laurent also winning all Oculus, played Oculus a lot of times a couple of years back. He used to be 2300. Maybe it just had a dip in rating and will come up again. Oh, if this guy is higher rated than me. We'll see if he gets to play. I get to play Oculus. Was giving the queen there necessary? On h4, you mean, by me? Probably not. But I saw that it was the cleanest way to win. Because I figured he was gonna go for knight d6. And then I just walked to g8 and there was nothing left. But I don't think it was necessary. And if you mean him, then I think it was because there was not much else to do. Let's do some rerouting. C3 first, cover the pawn. I think he's gonna castle this way. Then I'm ready for B4, A4. Okay, this is a mistake. So now the knight is covered. Once again. Ah, yeah, I could have played something like Queen G4, you mean, and then still pressurize the enemy king. Yeah, and you're right, of course. Maybe a computer will say it was even the better way. This is funny. He has no blockers, and the king has no escape square. So rook a8, checkmate. Have to be careful. That's something that short castling is not always possible, or probably never happens, but with long castle, that's gonna be a problem sometimes. Yeah. Okay, Fancy, that's a LOL moment. I hope you can enjoy it as well. Okay, rack. Rack is stronger than 2060, I feel. I played him in this year's Crazyhouse World Championship, and he should have won a couple of games at least. He was just overall just strong play. So I have to be careful. Could play something like pawn g6, but I'm gonna go pawn h6. If knight takes, I take with the bishop. And now bishop b5, and I want to go. I forgot the move order. First knight g7. I messed up. I forgot to move knight g7 first. That's lame, but okay. It's still a game. My plan was knight g7, bishop b5, d5. It's again not so good move by me, but okay. Let's go all in. I think I should be able to take on c6. Can also play pawn g7 here. Pawn g7 takes, rook takes, knight takes e6. And I got a rook then. Yeah, it looks good. It isn't clean, but I'm trying to make it work, yeah. Indeed. This is a threat, this is a threat. And I was thinking the pawns and the rook should be enough to mate. Let's be precise. Rook g7 and knight g6. Or knight f7. Okay. It's sort of a mate by assumption there, and not calculating concrete lines, but an open king, two knights already around it, and no defenders. Then with two pawns and a rook, I should be able to find mate, I figured. Alright, Laurent. Let's just play d5 and g6. Okay, logical stuff by him. If, I could take on d4 and pawn e4. I'm gonna go with this. Ah, he sacks the queen. Alright. Let's push. Okay. Now h6. He could have played knight at e6 maybe, and have a good position. But alright. Now I'm taking over, I feel, because now I get a free bishop. I can sack on f2 maybe, c4. Yeah, and it probably is banking on this to work. But he missed the fact that I have knight e4, I guess. Yeah, practical Crazyhouse indeed. Something, if you remember Jan Lee's streaming, he talked about that a lot as well. Just don't calculate the precise mate if you don't need to, or precise stuff. Just go for a position where you know you are better, and when it's needed to find the mate, you will find it then. At least most of the times. Okay, so far so good. But Torn on also on a nice performance. That's gonna be a nice battle, I hope, between us. This guy, Basel 88, also only wins. Alright, Marlon C. Let's see what he's got. Bishop c4. D5 I think is good instead of this, but alright. Let's go bishop g5 to prevent knight h4. Want to take. And now let's attack. He could try to block off the queen trade. Should I take already? Probably just take here. I'm gonna go for this. Because I know I still have the queen trade at my... Yeah, it's always about the balance, indeed, Sleipnir. Thanks for following, Mraromik. Take knight h5. That's a mistake. He should have gone here. Because now I have this classic smothered mate. Normally there's a pawn here, but now this knight is covering the square. So it's just kind of a variation on the smothered mate pattern. So that's nice. I think if he played king h8, then I could have traded queens and take on f6, something like that. Or take on f6 first and just continue the attack with something like knight at g4. But now it was just over. Alright, mating. Let's keep going. e6. I'm gonna go queen g6, let's see. Knight f4, I can tuck the queen on h7. And then I can pin this knight and then the queen can come to life. Knight f4, maybe just queen g5 actually. Okay, now I'm definitely pinning the knights. So I can play queen e4. Yeet, 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 yeet. Thanks for following. Take. Yeah, seems alright. Castles, I guess, yes. Bunch of trades. I'm a little bit exposed here. So okay, he's going for this. Understandable. Guess I'll trade and play something like bishop c6. Or just bishop e7. I'll go here. Because bishop h4, I think I'm gonna play pawn g5. Yeah, okay. Queen g4 seems fine. Knight takes, bishop f6 to try to checkmate me. Isn't there an option? Okay, I'll take. Go here. Take. I blundered. Damn. Yeah. That was a big blunder. I should have played knight at g6 first. That was necessary, but I forgot. Okay, torn on. And now I slipped d3 instead of d4. But okay, then we'll just pretend that this is that I have the black colors now. So should be a little more careful. I'm gonna sack, of course. He doesn't want it. Wow. Really aggressive. But I guess it's possible. I'm just gonna step aside, I think here. Want to play queen h5. Some moments. If I take, bishop e3 is both a defending move and attacking move with force, and now bishop e3 is Still a move, I guess, but it's much less useful. Okay, queen h5 seems like the way to go. Okay, knight h6 picks this up. Could play bishop g5 first. I have the option of taking here now. Yes, let's do that. And now bishop of knight takes f5 is very good. Okay, knight at f5 then. I should have enough pawns here. All the way. All right. Okay, that's a good thing. Losing versus Martin is so not necessary, because I think after knight g6 I had a good position, but now winning against the number one is stopping him in his tracks. All right, king sacrifice. Known opponents from these tournaments. Let's go bishop g4. Let's just go for the h5, h4 idea again. It's not probably not best, but I've been playing this lately and I enjoy the positions. They become very sharp and don't think that's the way. Think he was counting on bishop takes, but it won't work. Okay, let's take knight at f6. I can sidestep. I can also take immediately. Okay, let's take the knight. f3, queen takes g4. And knight h3 is checkmate. Oh, like this. Okay, that's fun. The h-pawn. Just push it. It works in chess, it works in Crazyhouse as well sometimes. Alright, mass deck. Let's play bishop c4. Castle. Let's go here. Pressure on f7. Early on. Just sack. Knight at g5. No, knight g5. Doesn't work, so just knight adds. And now knight at e6 picks up the queen. So he should have gone somewhere else, but then I would have played something else, of course. Let's take the queen. Let's take e5. Because I have an extra queen now, I should just open up the position as quick as possible. Bishop here. I want him to block, and then I take the blocker, and then the g7 square becomes available. And now I can take the rook. Okay, not yet, but maybe soon. Start to put more pressure on f6. There's no knight h5 because of queen takes. Okay, let's go here. Knight f5, yeah, that looks good. Queen d5 as well, coming. It's almost mates. Let's see. I can force the king to e7, e8. If he goes here, pawn e7, and then I can take the rook. So therefore I went for this. Because I can always take the rook with check. Now I can go back. Yeah. Again, force the king to square I want him to go. Or just take. Bishop takes h2, just king f4, king h1. This bishop is very important defender. So there's nothing he can do. Knight e6 should be enough. I was thinking for a bit there, because now there's double check. And then queen f7. If the king goes here, and if the king goes to e8, queen f7, knight e8, queen takes e7, knight e6. This is a very common coordination with the knight and knight and queen. Okay, so 1 point between us. All right. Let's keep going. Versus Nuber 69, knight f6. Let's just go for this again. All right, bishop d7. Play something else. Let's play e6. Could push again with the h pawn. Maybe I'll do it. If h4, now I'll play h6. Okay, I'll just go for it. Why not? Gets a bit messy, but okay, let's go here. Oof. That's probably a misjudgment by me. Take. Looks really strong. Yeah, but sometimes I get punished for it, Sleipnir. Like this one. Okay, I'll take. But this is not good at all. Let's run. Okay. Failed experiment, this one. Leaving it too much open. King sacrifice commenting on our game that he didn't want to take the pawn, but he wanted to see how quick it loses. Well, if I got people like that playing against me, then Sleipnir saying will happen too often, I guess, because then I will keep getting good positions after bad moves. Okay, 1 hour gone. 1 point between us. We're up for a good one. I deserve to be punished indeed. I should play better now. No more nonsense. And now it's actually a very good move. So now I have to play it again. Because taking is just not an option. Can push h4 maybe, but that probably gives him a bit too much. I think I'm gonna go here. Take with the pawn, of course. The nonsense is fun to watch, yeah. Gotta find the balance between playing strong, instructive games and sometimes nonsense. I have the wrong. Your good suggestion. There we go. Probably had it set on a wrong. It's making a video or something. Yeah, thanks for letting me know, variants only. Okay. Ooh, I was sure he was going to try this maybe, but because now this is really tricky. Yeah, this is no problem for me. Could even go queen d5 to trade queens. Let's try it. Take c6, just take with the pawn. Yeah, how bad can you blunder and still win? I was playing this guy today in some 1-0. It was just crazy. I lost like 20-5 or something, and I had the same feeling against him. I got some good position, not all, of course, but some were. I should have won more if the time control wasn't 1-0. I feel I should have got more points, but that's what you go for sometimes, quick games. But he was just never losing. I want to cover this square first, then maybe go pawn g2. Just push. Push and push. Still not really worried about losing the queen. Just want to checkmate. g3 is already sort of a mating threat. If he takes on c6, then g3 becomes mated. Because of knight g4. Imagine I have a bishop in hand. Pawn takes knight g4, king g1, bishop h2, or king here, bishop g2. If you don't take, you have to move here and knight h3 or bishop h2. So g3 is now a huge threat. And my king is surprisingly safe. These pawns and bishop are covering every entry square. And he doesn't have any pawns to start breaking. thanks for following Harry Exceller. Alright, so we get to see my idea. Knight g4 and bishop g2 or h2, depends on where he goes. Okay. Okay, so we get the win. Back on track. And we're tied for the leads, so maybe soon we'll get it. Alright, hence an error. Let's play e4 this one. Yeah, thanks. It's not so common motif. But usually a knight here and a knight on g4 and a bishop on f3 work great together. That's the difference, yeah. Let's block off the bishop. Let's go here, attack the knight. It's the only active piece he has. Okay, he trades it. Just drop the bishop, use it for defense. If he tries to develop, I can play knight h5, bishop f6, knight g4, and then I can try to play bishop h4 it is. Now he plays knight f6, and then I'll try to go after f7. Okay, that's an invitation I'm not gonna refuse. Jindresio, do you know who Glitchin is? No, I don't. I played him. That was the glitching, that was the handle I was talking about earlier, who was beating me 20-5 or something like that. But yeah, strong player. Very quick. He made some mistakes. I feel like he understood the game well as well, but sometimes he made some obvious mistakes. But his speed was just too much for me. And of course, yeah, overall his play was way better than me, otherwise you don't win 25. Pawn here, rook e8. Still rook e8. Some GM having fun, could be. His flag was from the Philippines. Of course, he can lie about that, but I think Wesley So knows how to play Crazyhouse. So could have been. But probably not, since he has this big tournament going on. Let's go here. Let's go rook e8, and that's mate. With correct play, you lose in 52 moves. You mean the game is solved? I can't remember all 52 moves though. Thanks for following Pep Minko and Robert Rock. Alright, Yahel takes the knight, okay. Let's develop the bishops like this. Let's take like this and take on. Go here. Let's go here. Okay, let's sack the queen. And now go here. Take the knights, I guess. Get some king safety. Bishop b7 is an annoying move. Okay, he doesn't go for it. Rook d2. Yeah, that's a good move. He's playing well. Good h5, I don't know. Just a bad position, I guess. Okay, let's go knight b5. Make him use some pieces. I think he did, Sleipnir. I think he did prove that my queen sack was a bad idea. Okay, let's take the pawn. He can win one back if he wants. Or I can just go king f8. I'll go king f8. And not block. Because then takes ideas. h5. Maybe you should have played h5 before already. I think bishop c4 is good. He has no blockers except the queen. Which is nice. King f3 I can take the queen and then takes block with the rook. Bit shaky. But might work. Knight h6 takes. I think I'm safe there. But now I take and go queen c2. And he has no rook for back rank mate anymore. Rook g5. Rook g3 I mean. Knight g5. King, knight e6. Think that's mate. Rook g3. Yeah. Well, he can opt not to take, but he has to. He kind of has to. I missed this bishop. Wow. That's dumb. Okay. Let's repeat once and see if I have something else. I have takes and knight g5. Okay. So it was made in the end. I I thought this pawn takes would have been mate, but okay. Bit of luck there. Maybe the idea deserved. The idea deserved something. Yeah, queen takes e4 probably worked as well. But I panicked a bit because of the 5 seconds. So probably you are right, Sleipnir. But I was focused on this idea. Hey, thanks, Rapanello. Thanks for following as well. Welcome. Okay, bishop g5. Just e3. Okay, oh, that's a slip. That's unfortunate. Okay, but we'll keep going. Yeah, maybe you're right. Could be her. I was just focused on this idea. But I missed this bishop defending backwards. Handicap game, yeah. Well, just a full cold piece, not even a pawn to give me some odds. Take f3, I guess. And the knight is covering. But knight at d3 is possible. Take and take here with the bishop. Okay, take again. Rook back rank is possible now. Let's go here. After getting king f2 at some stage. Bishop d plays d2. Queen takes. That's nothing. So I should play pawn bishop here. Okay. It's not ideal. Maybe he tries queen d4. If I'm lucky. Okay, now we go all in. Knight c5. He has to move back, or here. Pawn, knight h5, bishop f7. Very close. Let's see what happens. I think it's very close to mate. Pawn here. Or bishop here, that's the question. Or bishop here. Okay, bishop here. Go here. If he takes, I go bishop f7. Gotta move a bit quicker here. Now I get another pawn. Okay, that's what I was hoping for. He went to g7. Because now I have enough. Feels like he had a defense, but but in the end, I was probably playing then the king to f2 if I had to play a defensive move. Okay, the handicap game. We got it. Bishop down. for nothing, but we win anyway. Yeah, thanks, Rapinello. Let's go bishop f5. 94. Okay, let's take. I wonder what he does. Okay, he ignores all. I'll take this then. And bishop a6. Or just back with bishop. Nah, not back, because then pawn at b5 probably. I want to go. I was going to arrest this one. This is, you could call it a queen sacrifice, but it's not that. For two pieces, it's almost like a trade actually, instead of a sacrifice. Because now I got the bishop, which I used to pick up the knights. And these pieces are still covering nicely. Could just move it back. Could check first. Could take. Take queen a4 probably. I think I'll just go bishop e7. Play it a bit slow. Something here. Okay, let's go knight e4. Some knight g4 or h3 ideas. Look at these bishops controlling all the light squares. And this one still can come in to control the dark squares. Yeah, it's already made. The bishops are so strong. Okay. Knight e3 was basically self-made in one. And there are some puzzles with where that could be the solution, but not in this tournament. Okay, let's keep going. I think h3, yeah, something like that. But then what I said, I would, or at least, or drop a piece somewhere around your king that doesn't block everything, like he did. But then probably just bishop e4 or some other attacking move. Okay, let's try for a very big center. Maybe pawn g5 is better. Tempted to go take again. I think I should take here and take this. I have knight f7. Takes, takes. Doesn't do anything, so just go back. And play against the lone queen. Rook f1 is possible. Let's just play quick. I want to get d3 in. Bishop e6 maybe. Cut off the diagonal. I'll go here and take. Then rook f1 becomes very useful. I guess people think that it's just fine, or from the point of view in chess where everybody learned that the queen is 8 or 9 and the pieces are 3, so then the queen should be better. But in Crazyhouse it's actually more like the queen is 4 and the pieces are 2, and sometimes the pieces are even more than 2. Ah, yes, I missed this. Good move. Very good move. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's try to survive, because this is bad. Just really bad. Okay, let's try it. I want bishop f7 and hope for the best, basically. Mm-hmm. But now I get some. Now I win the queen somehow, or he has to take like this, or not take. Yeah, not taking probably the best. Let's go here and let's speed up, because otherwise I'm losing anyway. Ah, this is a very good move if he finds it. Oh, he just resigns. Okay. That's... Don't know what was going on there. Maybe he resigned out of pity. Didn't want me to lose to a 1700. He was winning so big. Queen takes f3, crushing. But alright, we win somehow. Maybe he had to go, yeah. Okay. Almost thought this guy was also AFK, but here we go. We have a game. E6. A6. Take. Repeat. I don't know why I actually play that, because it's just bad, but okay. He went along. Let's go here and bishop c6. Oh, that's... I think we both slipped. Or I was just thinking he would have taken, but I think he slipped. But alright, game is still on. What is going on here? I think I cannot allow queen trade now because of all his knights. Okay. Could be. Felt like that maybe he raised would be raising suspicions. Okay, now I can take because the knight squares are covered. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Rabanello. Appreciate it. Maybe I should block with the pawn and preserve the bishop, but probably it doesn't matter. So if it takes, I have knight f3 and pawn g2. Thanks. Kind words. So I guess he should try to get safe somehow. But it's not so easy because bishop takes f3 will be my next move. And how to counter that. Even if he goes pawn at g2 and I just take and then we have the same position, but with my move. Okay, knight f3. Okay. Only move not to have mate in 1 now is knight g1, but then still mates. If he goes knight g1, I take, and then he goes king e2, and I take the rook, and rook e1. Okay, but Tornel only lost 1 against me, and he's beating everybody else. And we lost 2, but we got 1 more game in, I feel. So at the halfway point, still very close. Yeah, Tornel, strong player. Not that easy to beat. And he's keeping up with the pace now as well. Alright, Bagheera 9. Let's go bishop d3. 95. Take and repeat. Bishop b5 looks nice already. Take with the knight, so no queen b4 nonsense. Take with the bishop. Already this is looking good for me. Okay, tries to create some way out. I think I go pawn d6, sack a pawn, but it's I can play knight d8 if I want, but the main goal was that his pieces are now a bit scrambled. Let's go here. His queen is the only one being annoying. Ah, I messed up. Okay. I forgot about the fork. Okay. Then we have to kind of have to start over. But alright. We've been worse. That's a bad miss, but okay. This is nice of him. Queen h5 is possible, but I guess just takes and pawn d6, winning the queen. Okay, and we got to resign. Wasn't over yet, but my position was once more better. Rook c7, queen a5. That's a miss, but okay. We survived. Okay, it's in cross path. Bishop c4. Castle. And this is he's playing quite a bit, but it's of course a nice pun towards Chicken Crossroads. Very strong Crazyhouse and Bughouse player. Did I study openings or positions for Crazyhouse? Most of the stuff is just learning by doing, trial and error. But otherwise, for the Crazyhouse World Championships, I did some work on my openings where I felt I needed some weapons against the pros. So not much, but I did some, and and there is this tactics website where the computer generates mates out of games that I also sometimes use. Yeah, it's like the most things in life, you just need to put the hours in. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, chessvariants.training indeed. Feel like I'm losing this one. But okay, I have some tricks. He defended very nicely. Yeah, of course I was hoping for rook takes and then takes and knight d7. But he's not falling for it. Okay, good game. Okay, only Polish opening. We have to get back on track because Tornon is still on streak. I think I'm gonna play Polish against him then, if he moves. Okay, that's lucky, I guess. This one and the one resigning a winning position. We have some luck today. Alright, Hansen there again. Let's play d4. And by the way, Rapinello, this is a system I play I like to play if I don't feel like going into the most played territory, and it usually gets you. Okay, now I played h4 and he played h5, so it gets a bit crazy from the start, but usually it gets you very safe and calm positions. Yeah, now it is. Now it is, but at the cost of a piece from him. But normally you get your pawns here, and you get a very nice setup. But now it looks too exposed, but actually he only has 2 pieces to work with, so it's not that bad. Yeah, Hansen very aggro, but that's the way to go. You need counterplay. Go here first. Yeah, that's a mistake, because now bishop g5. But basically, the system, if the opponent isn't playing that aggressive, it should get you somewhere into calm waters out of the opening. Block with the knights. Hey, I'm a decently experienced Bughouse player, but not nearly as good in Crazyhouse. Any tips? Good question. I think the thing in Bughouse is it's all about the piece flow and king safety. And king safety in Crazyhouse is also very important, but it's a bit less important actually than in Crazyhouse. So I would try to steer away from Bughouse openings and try to maybe develop a Crazyhouse repertoire. Not so focused on king safety at first, or developing, or relying on trades, I mean. Maybe that's something. And be aggressive. That's still as in Bughouse as in Crazyhouse. Be aggressive. Hansen Air is showing it today. He's got a very strong position. Rook g2 though. I'm not a fan of rook g2, but okay. Because now he's giving me way too many chances, and actually my king is very safe. Knight f5, I just sack my queen without thinking. Let's go here. I just forced the king up. He has no defenders except the bishop on c8. Force him to take this one, and then I can mate already. Yeah, queen and rook. Hey Luca, by the way, and Joanna, welcome as well. Spams 15 seconds games. Yeah, play 3+2. That's if you want to get better. Analyze your games as well, of course, and play 3+2. Give yourself some time to think. Hey Kola, thanks for following. Okay, GD Howard. The thing with GD Howard is sometimes I get this very easy games against him that I feel like he's playing very loose or something. Don't know what he's doing. The games he gets me or almost gets me are very close. It's really weird. Could go queen d2 first. Yeah. Rook takes g2, queen takes h6. I want to try to prevent him getting bishop at g4. So I want to play queen f4 and maybe queen f4. I mean, so queen d2, maybe queen f4 next. Try to put pressure. Okay, now he trades, and now rook takes g2 is no longer on. So it worked. Let's check. Go e5. Put pressure. If he takes, I can take here. And go after. The queen. There was also knight d5, by the way, but taking this, but then d6 creates a square for the king. Want to keep the king as boxed in as possible. This is just mates very quickly. Pawn b5, king has to move to c5 and rook c4. On average, castling is bad in Crazyhouse or Bughouse. I don't know. It's not specified, but I think it's not bad. But you have to be very careful. If the opponent can land a pawn on h3 for free when you're castling, and you don't have any pieces around your king, then you should not castle. Because as you have seen maybe already, the most common way to attack is put a pawn on h3, take with your bishop on h3, put a knight on h4, just go after the king if it's castled. So sometimes it's better not to castle, but I think in most games castling is played. Okay, Metin again. Let's try to recover from last game. Okay, this is of course again the plan. Hey, see you next time, Rapanello. Hope you enjoyed. Bishop b7. Let me just quickly close the window. There we go. Let's play a6. Let's just keep the tension here. think pawn g5 is fine. Harass the bishop, and if it goes back, I play g3. He takes. I guess he wants to take again. Maybe he wants to take with the bishop. I don't know. Okay, with the knight. Let's harass it. Let's take. Let's go here. Rook takes f7, not scared. Because bishop e3 was coming. And knight f2. And now I have rook g1 ideas. Queen h4 can come as well. Knight takes d4. Lots of options, but he has lots of pieces, so. Okay, rook e1. Not seeing it yet. So I think I'll go knight takes d4. Grab me another pawn. Try to maintain the attack afterwards. And a defending move would have been knight f3, but now I can just take knight f3. So that's also part of the idea behind this. Whoa, I slipped. Damn it, again. Not focused on the mouse. Okay. And now, yeah. Now I don't have anything around this king. Okay, let's try to go sort of all in. You can go here though. That's a good move. That doesn't look like it's the best. Okay, let's see if we can prove. Okay, now I'm feeling a bit more confident, but time is going to be an issue. Cover f7, sort of. Okay, take and take. Let's go here. The bishop is covering c5, that's important. So no knight drops there. But he has a lot of other moves he can play. Okay, he goes there. Let's again repeat this idea. I don't know about this. Doesn't feel good. Just running out of time. And now he can check me basically till eternity and he just wins. That's again a slip. Not having my day with the mouse today. Maybe I should just resign and go next. Yeah, let's do that. Because I wasn't gonna mate him as well. He was just gonna torture me. Ah, damn it. It was an interesting game where I had the queen against a couple of pieces for him. Okay, so we have to play catch up again. Okay, this is nice. Bishop g4 is just a blunder. So that's a good first one. You have to play e6 or bishop g4 before bishop c4, because knight g5 is just so strong. Probably not mate by force just yet, but I think he was just disgusted with himself there and decided to throw in the towel immediately. Okay, b5, b4 I mean. Let's play a5 just to be funny. Try to build the center later on. And if he plays d4, his center is sort of, or his bishop is sort of misplaced. Let's go h6. Okay, now we shut out the bishop. He tries to revive it again. Knight c5. Look at d3 as well. Okay, I'm gonna take, and I'm gonna play pawn at h3. Queen is looking here as well, so I'm not worried about him taking on f6. Take. Go here. I would like to get my queen to f6 and pick up the rook, but he's not letting me. Maybe now it's time for some weirdness. Yeah, good idea, of course. Let's go queen g5. Okay, now he dropped the knight on f3, so it's no longer coming here. Now it might be. Still not getting that rook I want. Okay, let's try to go for it now. Queen d8. He's not giving it up. Okay, let's defend against pawn e7. He's playing well. A bit too well. Okay, now go here. Oh, he shouldn't take back. He should have attacked me. Because now it's looking good for me. I was hoping he'd take, but position was not so good for me. But now it is. And normally f3 you can flee is not even working right now, so should be winning here. Let's go away. Probably this is also just fine, but just no risk. It's not needed. I just have checkmate in a couple of moves. Alright. Bit lucky. He played very well. But we have him. Okay, so 1 point between us. I'm just playing quicker than Tornon, but I'm losing also more than him. So probably it's gonna go like this for a couple of more games, and then probably we have to play each other to decide the winner of this event. Which would be, of course, a nice outcome for the neutral viewer. C3 sort of weakens C2, so let's try to go for it. Win the queen. Let's go pawn C2 first, so we can win the queen with check. And we have queen F4. D5. Oh, I just dropped the queen, lol. Okay, let's take here. Okay, but still I should be good here. Okay, not necessary. Allowing knight f5 twice, but okay. Bit focused on trying to win quickly. And the downside of that is that I'm actually not winning quickly if I make blunders. Alright. Let's go here. Let's go here. If he attacks my queen, let's say pawn h4, I want to go here and then I have some threats. But yeah, might not be enough. Okay, he wants knight e7. But I'll just take like this. Knight h5, not so worried about knight h5. Queen g5 back is an option then. And I also have a nice idea here with pawn f2. It threatens bishop mates. So let's see what he plays. If it's not threatening mates, I think I can play pawn f2. If it goes something like attacking my queen, yeah, I should be worried. And defend that. Okay, now pawn f2. Note that e7 is covered. Let's say the queen isn't on the board, you can play knight e7. He misses the idea, I think. You can play knight e7 and queen at g8 and knight takes f7 was my idea. This is very close to mates. Let's see. Queen h5, I guess. Make him block somewhere. Okay, let's not slip this. That would be devastating again. We gotta keep up. Okay, let's be careful. This is a very strong 1700 player. Let's go d4. d5. Take. Go here. Okay, this is looking good. Knight takes, takes. Probably just go back first. Okay, this is better. Okay, that's just a quick mate. The critical one was king d6, but then still. I think knight c4 and pawn at d4 and bishop e3. Okay, couple of quick wins. That was necessary because now we have a bit of a gap between us and Tornon. c3 to stop knight d4, not to go d4 because that's a bit unsafe in this position. If he wants, he can play this. I'll just move the bishop here. It's not doing much for him, but it's also not doing much for me, so he's got the bishop of this important diagonal. That's what counts the most, I think. But he should play b5 some stage, otherwise b4 picks up the knight. But now the knight is just doing nothing on a5. Okay, knight just develop. So far so good. Good moves by him. So I think it's quite balanced. I'm gonna play h3 because I would like to trade this active bishop for this slightly passive knight. He declines. I think trading a pawn is okay for me. I'd like to trade a pawn and then play pawn h6 or pawn f5 to get a better grasp of the king side. Take. Bishop takes h3. Just take. And pawn g2. And I'm safe. And now just here. Could play this. Open up the bishop. I think I'm gonna go for that. If e4, I take on f6. Remove the defender of e4. And if pawn d3, I think I take first and then take f6. Maybe bishop e4. Not sure yet what I'm gonna do. Okay, just moves back. So take and bishop f5. Double attack. It's not that hard. It's not that harmful, by the way. He can just go here, but it might be a problem later on if I get knight h5 and takes. Okay, takes first. Remove the queen and then take f6. And again, by the way, bishop f5 is an option. If the queen gets too annoying, I just go bishop f5. Because now he doesn't have bishops, only has pawns. So let's say queen h3, I take, and he wants pawn h3, and I want to get rid of that. I can just play this. Probably will continue attacking, but it's something to keep in mind. I think a queen trade is good for me, so let's try to go for it. I can play pawn e2, I missed that. How bad is that miss actually? Okay, it's not that bad. I've pawn g7. But it's a bit loose, missing that move. Okay, he takes. Let's take with the rook. Maybe if I wanted to be accurate, I should have played pawn g7 first. Okay, take this. Go here. Check on e7. He can g6, prolongs the game a little longer. Okay, this doesn't. Queen h7. Hey, nice guys. I'm getting called a computer in the chats. Good thing you see you have eyes on me, keeping me in check. I play way too worse, or way too bad. Even my English isn't good enough. Let's go here. Try to use this diagonal. Let's harass this bishop. If he goes, then the b2 square maybe gets available. Okay, let's attack. Now he has to do something. Now he's double attack here. Take this next because of the pin. Knight h5 is possible. Knight h5, probably just move. Okay, take and take. Queen trade favors me heavily. Drops here, drops here. Rook takes, yeah. Knight g4 if he takes, and if he doesn't take, queen e1. Again, we have the nice combo here going on with the queen to c2. Okay, so we keep on pushing. So the difference is 14, but Tornon still didn't lose, except the one against me. Alright, let's go again. Good luck. F4. Looks a bit funny to give up this square, but if I don't, yeah, exactly. If he castles quickly, it shouldn't be a problem, and then it can be an asset. But okay, I'll play F5 myself. So now we have a sort of a similar position, but my knight is here, and these pieces are just, that's the difference. My bishop is here being annoying, this bishop is defending. Okay, take. That's basically a free piece. Or I win the queen. Take the rook. Go here. Take. Yeah, okay. Queen takes knight d2 would have been again the same idea. Don't know if I would have played it. Because I don't really need another rook. But okay, I'll take it. I can place them here. Harass the lights. The light pieces, yeah. The bishops and the knights. Let's try to move to this square. Bishop e1, bishop h4. And the queen comes in. Take the queen first, of course. Take with f, because now we see the effect of this rook. Take with the bishop. Queen f1 and bishop c1 is made. Okay. Nice idea in the opening, playing f4 quickly. Because if you don't get punished, then actually the f pawn is probably an asset. As it was on my side, I just copied, but my bishop was better placed. And I think he just missed the fact that I could take on f3 and d2. If he played something like bishop e1 there, very slow but a very safe move, then it would have been a nice positional struggle, I think. Okay, let's go e4, e5, if knight e4, bishop d3, or knight f3. Let's go bishop d3. Okay, he takes. Okay, queen g4. In chess, this is also an option. Sometimes in these French types of games. But in Crazyhouse, once the bishop moves, there aren't many pieces on the board. It's usually a very good thing against this setup, because the bishop is not doing anything. And as long as he doesn't have a bishop on this side of the board placed, the queen is practically untouchable. Okay, take. Knight h6 comes if he takes again. And then takes f7 or rook g8. Depends a bit on what he plays, but this is already over almost. Okay, just take. And he resigns. Okay. Alright. That was a good one. Couple of good games lost. This is a good streak. Don't blow it. Okay, thanks, Yappy. I'll try. 20 points. Looks okay. For now. This guy must be disgusted that he's playing me again. Let's go bishop f5 now first. And play a bit different. Whoop. Should have gone e6. Okay. Bishop g6, just drop back. Knight can come to e4. Later on, just castle for now. Let's play a5. Because now pawn at b4 isn't helping him that much, and this pawn can be useful for me. Okay, he trades. I think he wants the bishop here, which is a good idea. Okay, he wants that. Again, he's locking in this bishop. It's just useful for me. And now he plays bishop f1, probably. I go knight g4, pawn e3, just get a very nice attack. Or he castles, and this is an example where you probably shouldn't castle, because now he's just castling into the attack. Already I'm almost sort of forcing a rook. Now rook here is made. And he can save that by putting a bishop here. But it won't help him long. I just trade rooks and then take. Okay, just drop the pawn. Knight g5. Bishop f3. Rook g1. Take the... And let's finish fancy. Bring in the second queen. Okay. So far so good still. But Tornon also very strong still. I think we have played him once only. That's a bit odd. But I guess we're just on a different schedule. Like now he's probably finishing his game as I start mine. E6, yes. Very necessary in this position. Okay, h3. He takes, okay. Bishop b5. Bishop f4, develop with the threat of pawn at c6. Yeah, now already this position looks really good because of this fork here. Yeah, I promote and I take the rook, I guess. Yeah, he does have some checks, but not many. That should scare me. And I have some ideas of knight e6 coming. Or knight e5. Hey, scary snakes. Thanks for following. Have I been following the Bughouse World Championship at all? No, not much. I think I saw one match with 12 Teen and Grind versus maybe you know versus who. I saw a couple of games of that, but just picked up streaming last week again. Been busy before, so also not much watching chess. Twelve Teen is partnered with Chicken. Ah, then maybe it was just a friendly Bughouse match. Hi, by the way, Chuck. Ah, yeah, that was it, I guess. But good stuff. Probably Chuck has some commentary on that. I forgot to berserk. Okay. There goes my 100% berserk rate. I'll check out the schedule if it suits me. Maybe I can do something. Because I do like the game. That's not pre-move, it's not necessary. He could have gone to g1. Okay, that's mates for Galantis. Maybe Galantis should listen to some more songs from Galantis. Well, work on his Crazyhouse there. Zurich, just in time. Castle. He's not holding the promise that his username says. I think the Polish is something like a6 b5, if I'm not mistaken. Or just b6, bishop b7, f5, something like that. At least with the bishop here. At least he's playing. Last game he just forfeited by not moving. Yeah, I was in this line to sacrifice, so I have to sack. Takes is possible. He goes there. Bishop f6 is coming. Knight d4, maybe just queen g4 is safe. Probably taking the knight is some sort of mistake. Because I don't feel like knight at h5 is the best move, but it's hard in these positions. Because now allowing queen g4 and bishop f6 at the same time feels bad. Take with the knight first. If I take with the queen first, he gets the queen in hand. The queen's off the board and then the same position, and then he has something like knight e2, which is very tricky. Or pawn h2. I don't know if it's, or bishop takes f2. I'm not sure if it's winning for him, but I wasn't gonna find out. And now I'm just sort of cruising. Doesn't really matter. Knight at f6 is the next move. If he takes, probably knight f6 is the next move, or if he doesn't take as well. It's if knight at f6, king h6, bishop g7, doesn't matter if he goes up or there. It's mate, so he has to give up the queen. And now I basically, he probably gets the same chances, but he lacks a pawn or two. So it's not so easy. To figure out what to do here. I think maybe I missed something. Even that isn't working. I thought he could play knight f3, but I just sidestep. But okay, it may be the best of the worst. If I take, he takes with check. Okay, he finds it. Just take and take, and bishop h4 maybe. Knight g4 is also an option. Let's go here. Bishop h4 next is also possible. And now I'm threatening bishop f6. Which should be really good. Because pawn e7 or bishop e7 would be the preferred way to defend against this. But the knight and queen are, in this case, not that good at defending. Maybe knight h7 is a move. Of knight g8 covering. Okay, knight e8 is his preferred. Just going after this one now. Maybe I should have just played bishop at f6. Well, but okay. And just take, and just be better. Because now I'm giving him a bishop and some defensive chances maybe. Take the queen, knight g4 is coming, then I take a pawn f6. So I win the queen again. He has to take, and he's running out of time as well. Okay, so, but he put up good fights. Well played. Okay, let's go. We got a couple of minutes to go, 20 or so, and just gonna finish the tournaments. Tournament was on break, I think, so we should win it. Wow. Okay. G4, very, very aggressive. Stake. Let's go here. Should normally it should take more time to assess this position because it's all new stuff, but just going a bit with the flow here. Knight at c4 is really good now. Let's go here first. This should win, I think. Maybe king c5, king d4 would have been a really great king walk, but not gonna happen. Queen takes b5 is made. Okay, technically queen takes c6 first, and then queen takes b5. Alright. Just saw on Discord that Tornon is going to have dinner. And I'm getting weird champs because I because I broke Tornon's streak. Well, but congratulations to 2400 for him. Let's give him that. I want to sack something. Let's go here and go d5. Okay, queen e2. I can pick up c4 maybe. Go here. Bishop g5. Guess. And now queen, or just castle and knight takes e2. Allow it. I think I'll castle. It's a very weird position. Okay, now it takes e4, I guess. Rook c1, bishop d3. I take and go bishop b5. And pick up the queen again. Maybe you should harass this somehow, but okay, I take. Think maybe you should have tried to attack this one. Let's go here. Take the knight. You should block here. If you block on d7, all this stuff was for nothing. Okay, take the queen, because now queen at d8 is mate if he takes the knight with promote. Now take this, go knight e5, and queen f7. And then, well, mate probably. Okay, but he goes back and that's mate in one. Okay, next one. So I just learned that I need 6 more to tie the best score in the weekly arena. So let's go. Try to push for the records. Okay, he takes, just bishop here. Okay, take c7, I don't mind. I have this and 94 ideas. And okay, you can take the rook even, but then knight takes f3. So yeah, he defends, seems correct. Put more pressure. Basically double attack, and it's hard to cover both. Bishop h3 covers this, but then I can take on f3. And bishop e2 covers here, but then I can take on g2. And if he had taken the rook already, then rook g1 would be okay. So opening the rook and then some knight h6 ideas. But unfortunately for him, he doesn't. Okay, so it goes there. Let's just take with the bishop first. It seems the most clean. Let's move back. Bishop g5. Queen d2 looks really good. If queen e2, queen d2 takes, take the knight. Yeah, just go for it. Thanks, Yappy. Have a good one. Knight here. Queen g5 comes in. Where's my mate? Where is my mate? I can't spot it. Okay, I'll go here. Maybe there was a forcing move. Or some other way to do this with the pawns here. Not sure. But this looks good. And I'm also threatening to sack the queen on e3. Which is enough as well. Okay, knight f5, h4. Alright, so one more game needed. One more game needed. Should be doable if I don't lose all games. Okay, cat poacher. Not the easiest of opponents. Okay, let's play this. Let's go here. Stake. Try to go after the knights, play knight h5. I don't want to allow bishop h5 takes and knight takes f3 ideas. So I think he has to, okay, he tries that. But now I can just take and move the queen away. Queen takes g7. There's no knight e2 business, it's covered twice, so all good there for now. Could also just take back with the knight actually. Or take here with the queen. Probably knight takes is good. Yeah, he agrees. But now I take. And repeat. Go here. Because now he has to make an awkward blocking move. Or move the king, which is also good for me, I think. F4 take, I think. Yeah. Knight f5, bishop g4 maybe. Take, take. Or take, bishop takes. Am I safe? Yeah, I'm safe. Okay. I can take even. Threatening 97, busting open his position. The rook is on also, by the way, let's not forget that. So defensive, maybe rook e8, but then pawn f7 and promote. Okay, so he tries this. Take. Knight g4, just back. Or take. Knight here. It's not winning. So don't take, just go here. Knight takes f2 takes, queen is covering g3. Nothing, I feel. And still the same threats, 97. And take the rook. Okay, he resigns. There we go. That's the record. Nice. Happy with that one. And we can still improve on it maybe if we get one more game quickly. Okay, let's go. Let's set the bar higher. Just go back. Develop. Cover the d5 square. Pawn e4. Knight g5 I can take. Yeah, this is good. Take on d4, but probably too risky. Let's go here. Knight e5 just back. And take the bishop. He gets some play with the bishops here if he wants to. Yeah, go here. Just take. Should develop this bishop, but didn't come to it yet, or didn't prioritize. Whatever you choose. Maybe knight f4 ideas, pawn h3 ideas. Could choose his g file somehow. Yeah, that's a good move. I think I just go away. Bishop takes, maybe bishop e7 first. And just trade. But probably just pawn e7. Can try this. But I take and I go here. Maybe I had some knight f3 weirdness before actually. What did I miss? Instead of defending this. But okay, I still should be fine. Maybe still knight f3 ideas. Okay, take. Pawn here, just move. Let's go back. Speeding up a bit since I have 30 seconds basically if I want this game to finish before counting, before the counter stops. Let's just attack the queen. It's sort of covered by this check here. Let's go here. He doesn't have a pawn, so no worries. Pawn e2 is an idea. Just take the knight. Looks good. Okay, he resigns. Now the pairings are closed. And we got 176. And I believe the old record was 176. Now 167. So that's it's gonna be it for me as well, guys. Let me check if there's something going on soon that maybe. No, I'm not seeing any Crazyhouse World Championship matches coming up soon, or at least not in the calendar. So yeah, maybe I'll get back to you tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. It's another daily arena. Probably not tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm busy. Maybe probably Thursday I'll be back to play another one of these. Let's just wait till the nice 1, 2, 3 comes into screen and glow a bit. We deserve that, or at least I deserve that. No, but thanks for watching today, and hopefully I will catch you next time. Have a good one wherever you are.